Islam, peace, love, and power, energy, energy, energy. I am Sade Renee L, and I'm back at it again with another video. And today I'm actually going to be reading this document that I just created in regards to the kidnapping of my child who's currently being held hostage for profit. Ashe Divine L, all rights reserved. And this is pretty much just giving more awareness to my situation in regards to what's going on and the cruelty of CPS, including fraud. So I'm just going to read straight through it. I put the title as Human Trafficking, Child Abduction, Ashe Divine L, Kidnapped by CFS, Las Vegas. Purpose, to expose CFS activities and illegal abduction of my daughter, Ashe Divine L. Reason, improper removal. No abuse or neglect ever occurred. The request, to immediately return my daughter home and the case be dismissed. Investigation request, I request a full CFS investigation, All right, so purpose, I'll go ahead and read the first paragraph. Greetings. I want to share with you how my daughter and I was victimized by CFS and how we became targets by a biased social worker. I want to start out by saying I never abused or neglected my daughter. While currently living through this nightmarish ordeal, I have been compelled to find out all I can about this agency. My daughter has been kidnapped since 6/28 of 2020. My independent investigation has taken place over the course of 9 months, putting in 16-hour-long days, 7 days a week. After calling CFS hundreds of times, reviewing thousands of videos, speaking to many other mothers, and investigating those who work within CFS realm, I have come to know that this agency is in fact corrupt. They are holding my child hostage for profit. I hope that through my own experience and knowledge of others, I can share with you the people, what families and children are subjected to and how they are forced to needlessly suffer at the hands of CFS. It is because of these reasons that I have become proactive and more than ever determined to help reform the system that destroys many, many lives. Some states are applying the family-friendly techniques with great success. However, the practice of CFS in Las Vegas leave a lot to be desired. This agency should be monitored, and I feel they should be immediately investigated and audited. I have reason to believe that they are embezzling funds, for there seems to be a conspiracy within this agency. I have seen some things that are of suspicious nature. It is apparent that this agency is operated solely on profit level basis. I feel as if Adoption Family Services Act, the ASFA, is the reason that many other agencies are corrupted. This law sealed the fate for these children, for they are now commodity due to the quotas, and the sale of children has become rampant. Taking children away from their homes has indeed become a very profitable business for CFS. Summary. My first and only child, Ashe Divine L, was unnecessarily abducted and is currently getting traumatized by CFS in Las Vegas. This began with a biased social worker named Nicholas Eason, who created false allegation and falsified the report. Without any proof, Nicholas Eason lied and said my 11-month-old daughter suffered from harmful behavior that was terrorizing, degrading, painful, emotional, traumatic, and continued to lie, defaming my character, saying that I did not provide care, custody, or control and shelter. Again, these are all lies. I have stayed in my current apartment for almost 2 years now, and I have my own automobile. My daughter has her own Instagram page where I would take daily pictures of her. I was also breastfeeding So without any proof, the child neglect and magistrate Adriana Ricon Wright of Las Vegas 8th Judicial Family Division, who was in conspiracy with the doctors, therapists, and attorneys, found me guilty of abusing my 11-month-old daughter. I was not given a fair trial. No jury was present. And please note that I would never abuse my child. Never. Again, they have no evidence of abuse. There was no bruises, no scratches, no marks, no witnesses saying they saw me abuse the baby. None of that. About me. I'm a solo mother. I self-delivered my baby at home. I had a lotus birth, so she came into this world naturally. I have never signed a birth certificate, therefore I never made her a ward of the state. I am a personal trainer by trade, but before having my daughter, I used to work as an office manager for several Fortune 500 companies in downtown San Francisco. I also used to coach children's basketball, volleyball, tennis, and soccer for over 8 years. I am currently an entrepreneur. I write children's books and I study common law, nature's law, treaty law, and constitutional and human rights. My biggest job is being a mother. And I enjoy staying at home taking care of my baby, laughing, joking, reading, teaching her to love. Because my daughter was abducted, it has been a rough time keeping a steady income because I have to continue to fight getting her back. And that's my biggest focus and determination at this time. I have been a stay-at-home mother since my daughter was born. I am a hardworking and I do not drink. I haven't dated in years because my main focus is my daughter and my business. I do not have a criminal background besides minor traffic violations. And there is no history of abuse or neglect on my record whatsoever, or mental problems. I am an intellectual, I'm a researcher, I'm a humanitarian, and I study civics. Nothing in my background will warrant this removal. Our life before CPS. We had a happy life, very, very happy, great life before CPS. My daughter was even a bit spoiled. Her Instagram page even states this fact. You can go check it out at Ashe Divine. My daughter always was laughing and smiling. Always laughing and smiling. She loved me to take pictures of her and she loved to do baby talk. She would just talk up a baby talk storm all the time, always talking. She studied daily YouTube. I used to give her YouTube videos every day, teach baby Spanish, Mandarin, and Swahili. She's a vegetarian, so when I was breastfeeding her, and because I'm her doctor, I would mix fruits and vegetables with her diet. And because I'm her doctor, she has a very strong immune system due to the lotus birth. I have provided well for my daughter. She never lacked or needed anything that I could not attain. She enjoyed watching me work out and loved to listen to soul music. I would read to her, sing to her daily, and she would even dance with me. I have always taken care of my daughter's needs. Basically, there is nothing I could have done that would justify CFS removing my daughter. CFS is supposed to step in when families have done wrong and need help. Considering that they are holding my daughter hostage for profit, I am sad to see what this has turned into. My new outlook on social workers. I feel that there are a lot of incompetent social workers, including Nicholas Eason, Michelle Polino, Shalonda Adams, and Thandi Burnell of CFS Las Vegas. Many are burnt out and others are simply sadistic. It is in their hands that our children's futures lies. This is why we need a policing agency to oversee CFS. CFS hurts more families than they help. They traumatize children and harass parents. Many children who have been removed were not even abused. In my case, the social worker, Nicholas Easton, came to my apartment. He even stated in trial, in court, on the record, that my apartment was very clean and tidy. There was food and water, extra baby formula, and lots of toys and activities. It was like a mini daycare up in here. So it makes me wonder, and it makes no sense that he would lie on the report saying that she was neglected from shelter and she was traumatized and lacking care. I have numerous emails and phone recordings confirming the disrespect, and rudeness and unprofessionalism CFS continues to display. They refuse to let my family and friends adopt my baby. I have had several people reach out to CFS so they can get her. I am a more national. It is important that my daughter is with me, and at the bare minimum, someone else in my family or familiar with my culture. Sarah DeLaRue is the current foster mom, but she is European with blue eyes and blonde hair. And I say this because contrary to modern day belief, it is very important that my daughter is not confused about her natural bloodline, culture, customs, and traditions. Period. Okay. Current status. My daughter has been kidnapped now over 9 months. I have not physically seen her, touched her, kissed her, smelled her in over about 5 months now. I see my daughter via Zoom visits twice a week for 30 minutes at a time. This is inhumane. She's a baby. My daughter always looks like she's tired or sleepy, as if she's on baby drugs, honestly. She used to talk all the time, always talking, talk. And now it's as if she's scared to talk. Honestly, it's like she was talking so much, so they must have drugged her up, and so now she don't want to talk no more. It's weird. And as a mother, we do have mother's intuition, so we know what's going on. We can feel it, you know? And she always tries to hug me over the phone, and she gets upset because she can't touch me. And I can tell she misses me. She looks like she has lost a lot of weight and is getting thin. She seems as if she's learning bad behavior because when we have our Zoom meetings, she's throwing toys, she's throwing food, she's having many temper tantrums, which is clearly a result of the trauma. CFS has bounced her around several homes without giving me any type of notification, any type of information whatsoever. Again, I have tons of friends and family who have reached out to take her in their home. And a few of them are even licensed foster parents, I never want my daughter to think that I'm the reason that she's in the system. I'm sure at times she's brainwashed against me, and this hurts. I have seen firsthand what alienation does to children. It is evident that CFS wants to destroy the mother-daughter bond and family traditions and heritage. CFS position. I have called CFS almost daily since this nightmare began. CFS ignores my calls, my emails, and my voice messages, never returning them. I've made so many calls that one would assume they would listen, but they don't. They do not cooperate despite the hundreds of calls and various staff members I've spoken to, hoping I would find somebody with a kind and normal heart. Almost all of my calls go to voicemail, and if I had a jury during the trial, Ashe Divine L would have never been removed from my home. Period. Again, CFS does not return phone calls or answer emails or any of my questions in the emails. I am concerned because I thought CFS cared about the welfare of children. CFS targeted population. I am certain that my family is a victim of federal funding, Title IV, and the laws surrounding ASFA, which is Adoption Safe Families Act. The training manual for social workers is all focused on obtaining federal funds and obtaining federal grant money, which is based on quotas, depending upon the number of children they take in and adopt out. Instead of sending my daughter home, I believe their goal is to lease option on my child with hopes of adopting her out. Even the court documents state adoption, even though my daughter already has a family and lots of friends who love her and want to take her in. The CFS training documentation state, know your target population, and it outlines which people are targeted. When speaking with social workers and reviewing online data, the standard criteria is considered standard when removing a child. So this is their target population. They often look for a single family household, solo moms. They also look for low income. They also look for mixed race. They also look for Moors, people who consider themselves Black or African American. They also look those who seek services, utility bills, welfare, which I'm not on any of that. But that's what they look for. They look for drug and alcohol addictions, which I don't have, but they did try to say that I had that I was on drugs because I smoked marijuana, which is legal. But that's a whole nother video. Fraud. And mental problems, because they're trying to paint me to be this angry Black woman. Raw, I'm so angry. Like, cut it out. Cut it out. Come on now, y'all know me. I'm the happiest go luckiest person ever. Seriously. Just cut it out. Stop the lies, please. Stop the lies. All right. I'm almost finished. Appreciate your, staying with me here. Stay with me. Stay with me. This is important. Articles about CFS that I found. There are many, many websites about CFS and what they are doing to our children. This issue about Title IV is everywhere. The governor is aware of this problem, and many CFS cases are being reopened, which is great. There have been recent lawsuits which have resulted in victory for the families and victims of CFS. That is wonderful. Keep it going. It is time that CFS starts doing things ethically, okay? I'm going to repeat that. It is time that CFS starts doing things ethically. I will never give up and I will never stop fighting until my daughter is home, period. And this agency is reformed as well, because this not only affects my daughter, but this is going to affect many other children to come if they don't tighten up and figure this out and stop the fraud. Okay, just fire them all, rehire like real people who actually care about children's welfare, okay? I think that's a good solution as well. Families are talking about their experiences. Children are coming forward, and prior social workers, current social workers, attorneys, and judges are all coming forward and talking about the nightmare CFS is. And I commend every single last one of you. Please continue to whistleblow. Please continue to stay strong and whistleblow. No fear. Whistleblow CFS, okay? Because they're fraud. Children's civil rights were violated. So CFS is only concerned about what is in their best interest and not my daughter's. They continue to use my daughter, whose natural, common, constitutional, and treaty rights have not been preserved. She's being denied the right to come home and be with other friends and family. Crimes committed by CFS. My daughter and I have been unfair victims of CFS and they have committed the following offenses: child endangerment, child abuse, coercion, parental alienation, deprivation of rights, color of law, color of court, treason. Okay, I repeat, treason. genocide, falsified documents, mail fraud, human trafficking, slavery, and avoiding treaty obligations. Because again, I am a more American. I am protected by the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1836 that connects to Article 6 of the Constitution, Section 2. Conclusion. CFS, aka Child Family Services, aka baby thieves, is in violation of the U.S. Constitution. Again, the Treaty of Peace and Friendship of 1836, on top of that, common law, nature's law. This agency has purposely committed fraud and treason by seizing children that are not even abused or neglected for the purpose of defrauding the state and federal government for funds. CFS operates in a color of law, color of court, using statutes and codes which are not law. Okay? A statute is not a law, for the record. I am Sade Renee L., and I am demanding the immediate return of my daughter, Ashe Divine L., and the dismissal of child abuse. It is against, again, nature's law and common law for a child to be raised by anyone other than the divine creator. And I put in closing, these statements that I have made above are true and correct. I live in truth, justice, peace, love, and freedom. All right, so that's the document that I have created again in regards to the kidnapping of my baby, which is continuously going on. But any day now, she'll be home with me. Any day home, she'll be with me. Speak it into existence, it shall be. Because what's divinely mine will be given to me. What's divinely mine cannot ever be taken from me. Okay, Key of Solomon. All right. And yeah, so with that, again, I do appreciate your time and energy. Thank you for listening along. Please like, share, subscribe. Please share this with as many people as you can to get the information out. Again, we know that there's strength in numbers, and I appreciate all the good energy. Please keep the good energy going up. No fear. We keep the faith. All we need is a mustard seed. She'll be home any day now. Okay. And peace and love, peace, love, and power. Keep the love. Love your enemies. Love everybody. Got to keep the love. You get more you get more bees with honey than you do with vinegar. Yes? Yes. All right. So again, thank you for tuning in. I am Sade Renee L. All rights reserved. Energy, energy, energy. Love, love, love. And until next time, Islam, study well, and peace and love. Thank you.